Evangelicals for Trump.
The recent editorial in Christianity Today calling for President Donald Trump's removal has rekindled the debate about why white evangelicals are so devoted to the president. But one question about white evangelicals continues to be ignored. Why are so many of them opposed to welcoming refugees? A 2018 Pew Research survey found that white evangelicals are the religious group least likely to support refugee arrivals in the US.
Can I open up my Bible?
Yeah, absolutely.
I brought it for a reason.
Mike Bryant leads his Chicago Evangelical Church's volunteer program to help refugees. He says his religious peers started changing their views on refugees right before the election of President Donald Trump.
It really started with the recent presidential election, and even going a little before that with the rise of ISIS and the fear of Syrian refugees. People began questioning our allegiance and our loyalty to this country because we spent so much time and poured so much of our heart into welcoming people from other countries. And they began questioning if we were, supporting terrorism or something like that.
Political science professor Ruth Melkonian-Hoover just published a book about evangelicals and immigration. She says that white evangelicals are increasingly taking their cues on refugee issues from conservative politicians. But she also stresses that Democrats are partly to blame for that trend.
Particular voices within those parties may be informing opinion on refugees more so than what they are hearing in their congregations or what they are finding themselves from their own study of Scripture. Part of why they are looking more conservative is that Democrats have become more liberal than they were historically as well.
I reached out to every current and former member of President Trump's informal Evangelical Advisory Board for an opportunity to comment. Pastor Rodney Howard-Browne, known for fringe conspiracy theories, is the only one who took up my offer ahead of my deadline.
I don't see refugees as America's problem. Refugees is a world problem.
The South African-born pastor of a Florida megachurch argues that progressive Christians are using the Bible to enhance their own political agenda. He also says that Christians need to, quote, take care of our own people, echoing arguments from the Trump administration, which has drastically reduced refugee arrivals in the U.S.
When people take the same scripture and they hit you over the head, you're obligated. You're not obligated to do anything. You have to do what's right. What's right is taking care of your house first. If these Christians are worried about refugees, then travel the world and help locals take care of the problems where they are.
Many evangelical groups have long been vocal advocates of the refugee resettlement program. One of those groups, World Relief, has been helping refugees resettle in the US for decades by partnering with volunteers in churches around the country.
If you are a Christian who takes the Bible seriously, the Bible's not ambiguous on how to treat a vulnerable stranger who comes into your land.
Despite what religious teachings say about welcoming refugees, some evangelicals believe the issue has become too politicized.
We've been doing things backwards. We allow the political parties and the various news channels to make our decisions for us, and instead of allowing the Bible to speak primarily and then working out of that.